Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further.
Hi everyone, bit of a complicated one today, so we're going to see how this one goes, okay? So, we've got Roman numerals. Now this is a really strange topic, but it does come up and it's really important that we know how to answer these types of questions. So we've got three slightly different types of questions to have a look for when we're looking at Roman numerals. Now, these ones are sort of normally, if you're doing sets of calculations, they're normally the sort of year 4 ones you might look at around there. These ones over here, these are definitely in years 5 and 6 to be able to have a look at around there. So if you're in year 4 and you'll have a look at these going, what is this? Don't worry about it. That's going to come in a little bit later and when you've got a little bit more experience of dealing with these Roman numerals types questions. So, what are Roman numerals? Well, that's the number system that was used in ancient Rome, okay? And it was very different to the one that we use today. So they used letters in place of numbers. So what's important is we know what each of the values of each of these letters are, which is where this method comes in really, really handy. So the first and most important thing I always think when writing out Roman numerals or working out questions with Roman numerals is we write out the mnemonic. Now a mnemonic is like, for example, when you are looking at trying to remember the colours of the rainbow, and you might do Richard of York gave battle in vain. So you have R-O for red and orange, and each of the different letters sort of gives you a different word to help you remember it. This is the mnemonic that I use, or my class have used, or the teachers that I always used to teach alongside have used for working with Roman numerals. It's really silly, I don't even know if it makes sense particularly, but that's what we're going with. We're going to do this one today. So, we've got I value X box like cows do milk. Doesn't make a load of sense. Does help us to remember the sort of order of our Roman numerals though. So, we need to know what each of these values is worth. So, the I is worth 1. The V is worth 5. The X is worth 10. The L is worth 50. The C is worth 100. The D is worth 500. And the N is worth 1,000. Now, in primary school, you're probably not going to need to go past that. I don't even know if it's even going to come up past that anyway. So it's just important that we've got a good grasp of these ones to start with. And so the values, we've got 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500 and 1,000, okay? And what you might notice by these, which I've put in down the side to help out as well, is it goes in a pattern, doesn't it? So it goes times by 5, times by 2, times by 5, times by 2, times by 5, times by 2. If you're thinking, oh, I can't remember what the value is for this. I can remember the mnemonic, I value X box like cows do milk. I value X box like cows do milk. But I can't remember the value. Well, what you know is the first one is worth 1, I is worth 1, and then it's always just times by 5, times by 2, times by 5, times by 2, times by 5, times by 2. 1 times 5 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 5 is 50, 50 times 2 is 100. 100 times 5 is 500, 500 times 2 is 1,000. So this mnemonic is really going to help us out. But it doesn't matter if we know what each of the values is worth, if we don't know how the number system fits together and works, okay? So, the next part of the method says, it's important to know that if you have a lower value before a higher value, then you need to subtract that value. But if your lower value is after the higher value, then you add it on. And that's going to become clear when we look at these questions later. And then finally, there's a maximum of 3 of the same letters in a row. So we couldn't make 9 in Roman numerals like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It doesn't work like that, okay? So the way we would make 9 is we would say one of these two. We would say IX 1 before 10 or VIII. And then we would look at it and we would think, right, does this fit what I know about this here? Well, the third part of this rule and the third part of this method says there's a maximum of 3 of the same letters in a row. So this is 1 before 10. 1 before 10 would be 9. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 after 5. 4 after 5 would also be 9. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these in a row. This part of the method says there's a maximum of 3 of the same letters that you can have in a row. So we can't have that. It doesn't work because there's 4 ones in a row. So the only way to write 9 in Roman numerals would be 1 before 10, like that. Okay? And if the smaller value, in fact, let's put this back on. The smaller value is before the larger value, we subtract it. 1 is before the 10, so we take 1 away. Okay? So, let's have a little look at the question that looks like this then. So what is CCLIX in digits? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write CCLIX, and then I'm going to annotate underneath it. I think this annotation is really helpful, and actually it probably should have come into the method as well to say annotate underneath so you can write on each one. Well, I know that this is worth 100. This is worth 100. I'm going to put little brackets around each of them. This L is worth 50. My I is worth 1, and my X is worth 10. But we're not saying that the number is this 100, 150, 110, because that doesn't make any sense. So we're looking for these patterns. If it's a lower value before the higher value, we subtract. If it's a lower value after the higher value, then we add. If the values are the same, then we just add them together. So we've got 2 hundreds here. So we know all of our hundreds are here. We've got 2 hundreds. So 2 in the hundreds. Then we go to here. We've got L, which is worth 50. And then after it, we've got a 1 and a 10. So the L is worth 50, so I can write a 50 in there like that. But then we've got a smaller value. Now we could say 5110. Doesn't make sense, does it? We wouldn't say a number like that these days. So what we've got is we've got 2 hundreds, a 50, and then 1 before 10. Notice how the smaller value is before the bigger value. The smaller value of 1 is before the 10. So we know if there's a smaller value or a lower value before the higher value, we subtract it and take it away. So we need to take 1 away from 10. Taking 1 away from 10 is going to leave us with 9. So my answer to what is CCLIX in digits will be 259. Now, let's have a look at this. So, what is 437 in Roman numerals? Now, what we need to do is we need to do the opposite sort of thing now, don't we? Now we need to construct our normal number system that we use and change it into Roman numerals. So we need to make 400 first. Now, I know what 100 is. I know what 100 is C, okay? Go down my mnemonic, IVXLC. C is 100, but it's 400. And I know I can only have a maximum of 3 of the same letters in a row, so I can't write X, 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 X like that, because then there's 4 of the same letter in a row. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to say it's 100 before 500. So the way I would do that is I would write my smaller value before my larger value. 100 before 500. Well, 100 is C, and 500 is D. So I've got 100 before 500. There's my 400. 30 is 3 lots of 10, isn't it? Now, I can put 3 of the same letter in a row. So to make 30, all I would need to do is just do 10, 20, 30 like that. 3 X's, 10, 20, 30, because X is worth 10. And then finally, I need to make 7, okay? So for 7, I am going to need, I can't do 7 ones, but what I can do is I can do a 5 and 2 ones after it. Remember, the ones have to go after the 5 because we add them on because they're a smaller value than the 5. So we will put the 5 and then 2 ones like that. So 437 in Roman numerals would be CDXXX VII. Okay? Now, let's have a look at the really challenging one. Okay? So, this question here. Write your answer in digits to MCIX add CMLXX. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert these So the Roman numerals are just the digits that we are used to, the numbers that we are used to. So I'm going to write MCIX. Underneath it, I'm going to work out what each one is. Oh dear. So I'm going to do M is 1,000. C is 100. I is 1. And X is 10. So I've got 1,100 and then 1 before 10. Well, 1 before 10 I know is going to be 9. I know I'm going to need to subtract it. So I know MCIX is going to be 1,109. So I can write it out like that. 1,109. Now let's work out what the next one is. CMLXX. CMLXX. So we've got a C first. I know a C is worth 100. Okay, so a C is 100. But my M comes after it, and that's 1,000, isn't it? Then I've got L, which is 50. X, which is 10. And X again, which is another 10. So, let's check. Do I have any where I've got 3 of the same letters in a row? No. Great. Okay. So, start off, I've got 100, but then I've got 1,000. So I've got a smaller value before a larger value. So what I need to do is I need to take it away. 100 taken away from 1,000, or 1,000 taken away 100, is going to give us 900, isn't it? So now, got my ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. I can write 9 in my hundreds column. Then I've got 50. L is 50. And 2 tens. Now, the smaller value is after the larger value, so we just add it on. 50 add 10 is 60, add 10 is 70. So, 970. It's an addition, isn't it? So, write your answer in digits to this number, to these, okay, to this calculation. So what we would do is we would do 9 add 0 is going to give me 9, 7 add 0 is going to give me 7, 1 add 9 is going to give me 10, 1 add 1 is going to give me 2, so I've got 2,079. Now, answer in digits. So I need to make sure I'm answering in digits. This is in digits. I don't need to change it. So my answer to this question will be 2,079.
If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here, why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill, or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.